Hey guys, welcome to Monday the 13th, the beginning of our 5th official week of working out from home. We're going to spice things up a little bit today with the strength work and introduce a new movement. So, what we are looking at is essentially a pistol squat, but it's not the one you're used to. As I'm going to demonstrate in a second, the idea here is that the non-working knee is either underneath the hips or behind the hips with the non-working foot. So it's going to be a slightly different position. If this is something that's super challenging for you and you're not able to pick up very well, I'll show you some modifications or scales. I just want you to spend about 15 minutes practicing it, working on it. If you are somebody that's using pistols as your monthly challenge, this will help you with that. Feel free to count your reps for it. Otherwise, let's focus on not making this the pistol we know and putting the foot out in front. If we do have a pretty good shot at doing these, especially doing them for sets and getting consistent work out of them, then we're looking at about 5 sets of 5 each leg, give or take, depending on how much rest you need, how long you want to spend on it, if you're really getting into it, that kind of thing. Alright, so here is the ultimate goal first. If you guys can, I want you to work on really pushing the range of motion, maybe trying to get that opposite knee down to the floor. Alright, so some points of performance things to keep in mind when you're doing this, or to look for if you're watching it on video, is keeping that squatting foot as flat as possible through the squat. Alright, trying to keep that squatting leg and hip engaged. What I mean by that is I'm trying to keep a little bit of lateral tension in that hip and glute, keeping the core engaged, trying not to round off, but keeping a flat back position. Pretty much all those things we talk about on regular squats, back squats, front squats, getting under a clean, anything you've done before inside the gym. Alright, now, a couple of modifications. The big thing here is, unless you're weighting this somehow, is going to be range of motion. So there's a couple things you can do. Instead of trying to take the knee to the ground, you can try and take the hand to the ground. You can put something under the back knee. I have pillows here, I could use those, or I could just set down this funky yoga instrument that Sarah has and try and take my knee down and tap that. If I have a super hard time with this, I can always go down and try and tap that with the hand, which is then going to lower or shorten the range of motion even further. If you guys want to make it more challenging, we can add weight in terms of what we're going to pick up. All my weights are out in the garage, so I'm going to use this as an example of what I could do with a kettlebell or a dumbbell, where I can keep it in my hand and work, or I can go down to it, pick it up from there, maybe keep going through the reps, something along those lines. I would probably rather see that weight in the hand that is going down towards the floor instead of us holding something in a goblet position, mostly because of how far my chest gets out there over the front knee and foot. That's really going to kind of change the distribution of our weight and probably force you to change the position of your squat to compensate for it, possibly not putting you in as good a position for the squat itself. Alright, let me know how this goes. If anybody needs help, take some videos, shoot them off to me, send me a text, and we'll coach you guys up. Alright, now that your legs are, I'm sure, considerably smoked and wobbly from a new movement, we're going to keep using them for the workout. So, 10-minute AMRAP, 30 total mountain climbers, 15 each side. I'm going to demonstrate how I want you guys to do these in a second. Same thing, 30 reverse lunge steps, 15 each side, and then a 30-second wall squat. Alright, so everything here should be pretty simple. I just want to go over how I want you guys to intensively perform the movements. So with that mountain climber, I'm not necessarily looking for a fast knee position, but a knee to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. All right. Reverse lunge step's pretty simple. You guys are going to step back, trying to keep this knee relatively over the ankle so shin straight. And wall squat, we're going to squat knees out over the ankles. So when I'm at the bottom of that squat, I'm looking for something similar to this position. Shoulders against the wall, lower back against the wall, and I want the hips in line with the knees so the upper thigh is nice and parallel to the floor. All right, so again, 10-minute AMRAP, 30 total 15-15 mountain climber, 30 total 15-15 reverse lunge, and a 30-second hold on the wall squat. What could be better for a crappy spring day than leg day?